Bueno, ahí estamos hablando con el amigo Vincent, estamos hablando con él desde su estudio, nos estaba contando eso, donde vemos un montón de pedales. Bueno, si le parece bien a Raúl, arrancamos, ordenamos, hacemos la pregunta primero en español y después en inglés y llevamos adelante la nota. ¿Te parece, amigo?
Dale, perfecto. Primero le quería hacer una pequeña introducción a Vincent y a agradecerle por el tiempo y el apoyo que tuvo. La verdad que un placer tener a otro artista internacional acá en la radio, no lo podemos creer todavía. Así que bueno, first of all, Vincent, we really want to thank you for your time and support. And we are a small web radio with people from Brazil, Argentina and Spain. And we began a few months ago to interview people from around the world. So we are
around the world.
Yeah, we are happy to have you. And please tell your full name, how old are you, and where are you from? ¿De dónde sos? ¿Cuántos años tenés? Y tu nombre completo.
Okay, my name is Vincent. That's but VINCEMAN is the name of the project, you know. And I'm 46 now. And the project VINCEMAN is a project that has almost 10 years. It's 10 years old now. And the new album is our third album. You know. So and I'm from Paris, based in Paris.
Wow.
You know.
Bueno, nos dice Vincent que es de París, que su nombre es Vincent y que este es el nombre del proyecto, se llama VINCEMAN, y que este es el tercer disco que están sacando.
Vince, which is the most important kind of music in your region, in Paris? Can you tell us?
You know, France is not really a rock and roll country. You know, so most of the music that the guys hear in France is mostly pop music, like everywhere. You know, modern pop music, and most urban stuff like rap, R&B, and this kind of stuff. And we got some rock and roll, but not that much. It's pretty hard to play in to play in France with the kind of music that I make.
Bueno, nos dice VINCEMAN que la música que se escucha en París, en Francia, es básicamente música pop, música urbana, rap, hip hop, R&B, y que no es un país muy rock and rollero, Francia. La verdad que eso coincide un poco con lo que nos decía la semana pasada la gente de Def Apaches, y que no es un país muy rock and rollero y que no es muy fácil conseguir fechas y tocar ahí en Francia.
Vince, le voy a preguntar cuándo empezó a tocar y por qué eligió el instrumento. When did you start playing and why you choose your instrument, your main instrument?
Yeah, my first instrument is a guitar. Because most of the time I'm more a guitar player than a singer, you know. But for my stuff, I sing and I play guitar, and I learned guitar. I think I grabbed one of my friend's guitar. I lay my hands on his guitar when I was something like 14, I think, and I never left the guitar since then. The moment I grab the guitar, I have to play guitar for the rest of my life. And I have been since then.
Preguntale cuál es la guitarra que usa ahora, la guitarra que más le gusta, el de él. Ahora, ¿es una Fender, una Gibson?
Ahora le preguntamos. Espera que traduzca Leo y ahora ya le preguntamos.
Perfecto, perdón, me colgué.
No hay problema.
Sí, bueno, el amigo Vincent nos dice que empezó a tocar la guitarra, que él se considera más guitarrista que cantante, pero bueno, en el proyecto él canta y toca la guitarra. Y que desde los 14 años, cuando tocó por casualidad la guitarra de un amigo, desde ese momento nunca más soltó la guitarra, y acá está, a los 46 sigue rockeándola y tocando la guitarra.
And Manu is a fan of instruments, and he wants to know which is your main guitar. ¿Cuál es tu guitarra favorita, la mejor?
I have a lot. I have a lot of guitars. One of the main ones I use is a Gibson.
Ahí la va a mostrar.
Is this one?
Wow,
It's
no.
a Gibson 335. I love this one. And another one Another one of my main guitar for VINCEMAN is I think it's here.
Ojo el cable. Le cuento a los oyentes, el amigo Vinceman está recorriendo su estudio y nos está mostrando una Les Paul.
Yeah, this one is a Duesenberg. Duesenberg is a brand from Germany. And
wow.
It's kind of a mix between a Les Paul and a Gretsch, you know?
Similar to a Gretsch, yeah.
Yeah, some between a Les Paul and a Gretsch.
Es hueca, ¿no?
I use this one a lot.
It's a solid guitar.
Solid or
semi-hollow.
Semi-hollow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the stuff in the middle, but this is hollow.
Nos está mostrando una Les Paul plateada en este momento, que es una animalada de una marca alemana. Nos contaba que es similar a una Gretsch. No.
And I play this one too, which is a Jazzmaster.
Jazzmaster, Fender.
Nice toys to have, Vincent. Yeah. Nice toys, very nice toys.
Yeah. But I play Fenders, I play Gibsons, I have a Gretsch, I have a Les Paul, I have 2 Strats and Tilly and Telecaster too. So I love pretty much all kind of guitars.
Wow.
Bueno, dice el de las guitarras, que tiene Gretsch, tiene Les Paul, nos mostró la primera que nos mostró, una 335 roja, hermosa. Nos mostró también una guitarra alemana que es una mezcla entre una Gretsch y una Gibson. Dice que tiene 2 Stratocaster, una Telecaster. Bueno, tiene la envidia surge. We are envying you. All the guitars you have.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah. We want to know, how does rock bands begin in your region, in Paris? How does they begin? Where do they play? How do you begin with a project, a rock project? ¿No? ¿Cómo se comienza con un proyecto de rock en París?
It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard because there are a lot of place to play, but not so much for rock and roll. So if you are big and so you can play everywhere like everyone, but when you're small and you're looking for some stuff, when you play, let's say a niche music like jazz, like metal, like the blues, there are circuits that are pretty good and some place where you can follow and play. When you play, let's say classic rock, like the kind of stuff that I do, I don't know how you can call it, but let's say classic rock. When you're big, there's no problem. But I think it's pretty harder to play classic rock than metal in France. I don't know if that makes sense for you, but that's the
perfect. Yeah, we understand. Perfect.
Bueno, sí, nos dice que en Francia es muy difícil tocar rock and roll. Sí, es un poco más fácil tocar si uno toca blues o jazz o metal, casi una música un poco más definida, más de nicho. Ahí sí se puede uno mover en ciertos circuitos, pero cuando uno toca una banda de rock clásico como es VINCEMAN, no hay tantas opciones y es un poco más difícil.
But you still have place to play. Anyway, you can play festival, you can play small clubs, and there are still places to play, but it's not quite easy.
Sí, dice que hay lugares igual para tocar, pero que no es fácil. No sé, hay que trabajar.
And how did the VINCEMAN project begin? ¿Cómo comenzó el proyecto de VINCEMAN?
Actually, this project is my project. So I write the songs and I sing the songs. I play the songs. I play the demos, and then I bring my friends and I have a band that plays with me live. So the main engine of the project is me. So it was born from I think out of necessity, because I used to play cover bands, in orchestras, and behind guys, behind artists too. And I had to do, I think, my own stuff. So I was writing more and more songs, and songs that I think I was maybe not the only one, but I was the best guy to play the songs and to sing these songs. So at one point, I had enough songs to, I had lots of ideas, songs, and small parts of songs. And it was really difficult because at first I wanted to sing in French, but I don't listen so much to French music, and I don't. When I write stuff in French, most of the time I don't like it, but when I write in English, I think it's okay. So at the moment that I decided that I could write stuff in English and sing in English, whatever, the project began just like that, and the first album was done in 2012, at the end of 2011, 2012.
Power Pop.
And
Power Pop in 2012. Yes, we have the
that's it.
info.
And in Power Pop, there's only one French song, and all the rest is in English. And since then, I've been only singing in English.
Bueno, dice que el proyecto es un poco el proyecto de él. Él es el que hace las canciones, el que las graba, el que las toca, el que las canta. Tiene una banda de amigos que lo acompaña cuando hace presentaciones en vivo. Y que bueno, todo esto surgió porque él que al principio quería cantar en francés, pero no le terminaba de cerrar el tema del idioma. Cuando escribía en francés no le gustaba lo que escribía y empezó a cantar en inglés. Y ahí cuando empezó a cantar en inglés finalmente pudo el proyecto tomar forma y salir adelante.
Yo le quiero preguntar por el sonido. Perdón, pensé que habías terminado, Raúl. Dale vos.
Le quería preguntar a dónde estudió música, que los de Apache la semana pasada. Where did you study music?
Sorry?
Where did you study music? To play
I didn't study in any school. I only played with guys, and I learned by myself, and I was only doing this all the time. So
last week we have a band from Lyon, and they say that they only study flute on school, so they hate music.
Oh yeah. It's the music in France in school is a real big problem, because there's no way you can learn music in school in France. You learn flute and you get most of the guys don't give so much about music and interesting the children to the music. It's when you want to learn music, you can learn music because we got a lot of schools, we got a lot of associations that do this kind of stuff, but not through the school. It's a school outside the school.
Sí, bueno, nos dice que él no estudió en ninguna escuela, que aprendió tocando solo y tocando en bandas y tocando con gente, como muchísima gente y muchísimos músicos siguen ese camino, y que coincide con nuestros amigos de Def Apaches, que decía que aprender música en el colegio en Francia es prácticamente imposible porque te enseñan con la flauta y métodos muy antiguos y no va esa cuestión para que la gente se interese por la música. Bueno, se ve que no es muy musical la educación en Francia.
Yo le quería preguntar al amigo Vincent por el sonido, porque suena como muy 80, pero muy actual. Si eso está buscado o se dio así.
Manu wants to ask you, Vince, that about the sound. It's like the 80s, but it's not the 80s. It's very modern and very up to date, but it also gives you a feeling that it's from the 80s. Was that something that came up, or it was something that you looked for?
I think Bali, the song that you were passing just right before, is one song that has this kind of 80s vibe, but I don't think that my music is so much rooted in the 80s, much more in the 90s and the kind of alternative rock, like Nirvana and Soundgarden and Stone Temple Pilots and this kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I grew up with. This and the Beatles and the Foo Fighters, which is the follow-up to Nirvana maybe, and but I don't think so much about the sound when I record. I try to get the best out of the song, and but I know that somehow whatever path I will take, I think that it was in the end it's gonna sound like me, you know. So for some songs it's gonna be like Bali, something that's more 80s. So for something like Amazing, it's something that's a bit more not punk rock, but much more rocky stuff. And I got some acoustic stuff too on the album, and pretty much I don't care of the color of the song, because I like that in one album you get many colors. I like that. So I don't try to overthink this kind of stuff. I got a song, I think the song is good, and I try to take it the farther I can take it. And if it sounds a bit 80s because I put some keyboards on it, so be it. And if it's only a guitar and or only the band with two guitars and one bass, one drum, so be it too. As long as I think the song is well served and is well recorded, it's okay for me.
Excelente.
Bueno, dijo que sí.
Say yes.
That's a translation. No, bueno, una respuesta muy larga y muy buena la respuesta que dio Vince. Voy a tratar de estar a la altura de la producción. Dijo que el sonido de la canción Bali, si bien tiene un poquito de los 80, no es básicamente, él no se considera un músico con esa influencia, sí con la influencia de los 90, con bandas como Nirvana, Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots, Foo Fighters, que es como una continuación de Nirvana, y bueno, y el sonido varía. El final del partido, el sonido es el sonido de VINCEMAN, el sonido de él, y que siempre va acompañando lo que pide un poco la canción, y de esa manera él comparte el sonido.
Espectacular.
Right. And you have a long play from 2012 named Power Pop, another from 2017 named Somewhere in Between, and a few days ago, no, you take the new album Rock Bottom, and please explain to us the steps that you take to finish Rock Bottom. How do you get finish Rock Bottom?
Rock Bottom, it was pretty special because it was done in many at first, the new album was supposed to be out last June, June 2020. And so we began. I began to write the songs, I think, in between the first and second half of 2019, and we began to record the songs in the end of 2019, between the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020. And we were about done with we had done the drums, we had done the bass, and we had done the guitars. And we only had the vocals to record. And then the shutdown came, the first shutdown. So instead of, because I have this studio there, but mainly all the stuff is done at my bass player is also a record engineer, and he has a big studio when we can record all kind of stuff, and so part of the stuff is recorded here, and part of the stuff, the drums and all the things that need much more space are recorded at Didier's in his studio. So we were about to record the vocals, and during the shutdown, I couldn't go to his studio. So we worked via WeTransfer and the internet and all the stuff, and I recorded all the vocals here. So I recorded the vocals. I sent the vocals to Didier to mix with the rest of the
instruments,
with everything else. Yeah, and at one point there's Steve, which is a keyboard player, a friend of mine, which plays in a big band in France that's called Chaka Punk. I don't know if you know the band. Chaka Punk is a quite a big band in France, and he at first he just went to record some keyboards on the album, but in the end we kind of worked together on the album and did remix the album and try some new stuff, because when we knew that the album wasn't going to be released in June and we have to postpone it, we said, okay, now we have time. Okay, we don't know when the album will go out, so let's try stuff. And that's what we did. We tried stuff and we recorded some things over, and we tried new stuff on some songs, etc., etc. And so we began the second life of the record until the end of 2020. And the record was done at the very beginning. It was mastered in the very beginning of 2021.
Bueno, también otra respuesta.
Sí, primero repasaron la discografía. ¿La podés repetir, Raúl, la discografía?
Sí, tienen el primer disco lo sacaron en el 2012, Power Pop, después lo sacaron otro en el 2017. Es una banda, ya me parece que tocaron un montón. 2017 Somewhere in Between, y sacaron hace poquito, hace una semana, ponele Rock Bottom, que es el disco que iba a salir hace un año, bueno, pero terminó saliendo este año. Ahora Leo nos va a contar la respuesta.
Sí, bueno, dijeron que terminaron de grabar un poco entre finales del 2019 y principios del 2020, y ahí fue cuando vino la pandemia y vino el first lockdown, como dicen en inglés, que se cerraron todos, y ahí dijeron, bueno, tenemos tiempo. Justo habían tocado con un tecladista de una banda importante de Francia, se llama Chaka Punk, que no la conocemos, pero es una banda importante en Francia, y este tecladista tocó con ellos, y ahí empezaron a remezclar el álbum, y se dieron cuenta que tenían un montón de tiempo por delante porque no iban a sacar el disco, y bueno, lo remezclaron, hicieron un montón de experimentos, hicieron un montón de mezclas y de cuestiones, y que al final terminaron sacándolo ahora cerca de estos días.
No, perfecto, sí, ahí se entendió bien. Sí.
Antes, Raulo, me parece que tenés algo que está duplicando la señal. Te aviso, por las dudas.
Sí, no, acá yo escucho bien, acá. ¿Ustedes les viene con
bueno,
con
listo.
Algo?
Perfecto.
Pero si no...
Lo escucho todo doble, pero bueno, debo ser yo. Sigamos.
No, puede ser. Ahora se escucha mejor.
I will explain to Mr. Vincent here. Vincent Fournier, that's your name, right?
Yeah, that's the
same name as Alice Cooper.
Exact. Yeah.
Mirá. Yeah. Qué gran dato sacó Leo de la galera.
Sí. Yeah. Se llama igual que Alice Cooper. Pero bueno, we were having some technical difficulties here. We're hearing some echo. Do you hear it, Vincent?
I hear the echo, and I think it's coming from Raúl.
Sí, por eso te digo que es vos, Raúl.
Sí. And now it's okay.
Pero bueno, si vos decís que al aire sale bien, sí, estamos bien, así que no importa.
Now you have echo or not? Now it's okay?
No, ahora está bien.
Bueno,
now it's okay.
If it's okay, thank you.
Yo le quería preguntar si él vive de la música, ya se puede vivir de la música o si tiene otro trabajo aparte.
Well, this is your main income from music? You get your main income. It is okay to make a living from music, or is this?
Yeah, I am a professional musician I've been for 20 years now.
Wow.
And I've played with a lot of people, and I have done clubs, I have done orchestras, I have done quite a things. I don't live only with VINCEMAN. VINCEMAN is not enough to make me live as a musician, but I play with other people, and I play in other projects, and I do a lot of stuff, but all in music.
Sí, dice que vive de la música.
¿Y es común en Francia eso?
And that is something that you see a lot in France, to be a professional musician, or do you consider yourself a unique case?
I don't know. No, there are a lot of musicians in France, but you know, I'm used to hang out with a lot of musicians, so I'm not sure if I have the right vision of of the global thing that's going in France. But we are a lot of musicians in France, yeah. But less and less, I'd say, because it's harder and harder now. But you know, in France we have something special, which is I don't know how it's called, but but we have some help from the state, from the like when you're unemployed, and we have a lot of when you work enough to prove that you are a musician, and to prove that it's your activity, you can have help for the days that you don't work as a musician from the government. You know, that's a way to help artists and musicians to live in France.
Bueno, nos dice que él sí, bueno, hace 20 años que es músico profesional y que en Francia, bueno, vivir de la música se puede. Él conoce, obviamente, al siendo músico profesional, conoce un montón de músicos, ¿no? Y está su mundo es conocer músicos, así que no tiene una visión de si es muy común o no. Pero sí, él nos dice que el gobierno francés ayuda a los músicos. Si uno prueba ante el gobierno francés de que uno realmente es músico y que esa es su actividad, el gobierno te ayuda para cuando no estás trabajando recibir ayuda. Eso es una manera de incentivar las artes que tiene el gobierno francés.
Muy bueno.
Muy bueno, muy bueno. A couple of last questions, and thank you for your time. It's really nice. You are over.
No, it's nice.
Okay, you are over 40, and you feel a difference between the 19th and the 20 and now because of the music in internet and all that kind of stuff. For you, is easier or is harder to play music and to live because of the internet? How do you how can you explain the difference, no, between the 90s and now? Le estoy preguntando qué es lo que piensa de internet, ¿no? En los 90 y ahora, si cambió mucho, y qué es lo que le parece, si está mejor ahora o peor.
I think we got some of both, because there are good stuff and bad stuff. On the good side is now we have all the means to make all music we have, and we don't have to go through professional studios, and it helps if you work with professional and stuff. But there are a lot of kids now that can do music only with a laptop, and they don't need anybody to make music. Look like somebody like Billie Eilish. You know, she's done the first album with her brother in her sleeping room. You know, so that's a good thing, I think, because there are a lot of new stuff that comes. But on the other side, you can. It's harder to be noticed because there are so much stuff, and there is so much. You know, it's in the end, it's still about the money, because when some people can go viral and come from nowhere and explode, but for most of the guys, it's, if you want to promote your music, you still have to have money, and to you know, the social media is not as open as it seems, you know, because if you want to be seen on the social media, you have to pay. If you it's all everything is still a matter of money. But I think that if you get something, at least you can give it a shot and try. You know, in the 80s and 90s, if you didn't have a label, if you didn't have a studio, if you didn't have, I think you couldn't even record your own stuff. Now you can do it by yourself. You know, nice. I could sometimes I could record this kind of stuff in my studio, release it like that. It would be okay.
Bueno, nos dice que en los 90, bueno, no se podía grabar de manera tan fácil como hoy lo hace Billie Eilish. Tal vez hoy se puede grabar de manera mucho más fácil y mucho más democrática que en los 90, pero al final todo es cuestión de plata, ¿no? Porque para salir por las redes sociales o tener seguidores y toda la pelota que indica el movimiento de las redes sociales, hay que tener plata, al final siempre es un tema de plata. Básicamente nos decía eso, y que bueno, en los 90 no era tan fácil obviamente grabarse, y hoy cualquiera con una computadora se puede grabar un disco.
Nice. Just for finish, give us your social medias and where we can find you. Are you going to play some tour? What is the future of the project?
I think for playing now, we are trying to book some stuff for September and maybe the end of the year, because for the summer I think we are done, because all the festivals are closed now. So that's it, and let's hope that the things come back in the end of the year. So if there's a place where we can play, we will play.
Okay.
And you can reach me on the social media. I have a page on Facebook, which is VINCEMAN official in French. And Instagram is VINCEMAN, but with the 1 on the I and 4 on the A. It's a VINCEM4N. You know.
Excellent. Leo.
That's it.
Bueno, VINCEMAN oficial es la página de Facebook, y VINCEMAN reemplazando la I por un 1 y la A por un 4 es en Instagram. Entonces sería como B1 VINCEM 4N. Sería
yeah. And I have a website which is vinceman.fr for France. And that on this website you can find anything. You know, you can buy the CD online. You can watch the I have a YouTube channel too, which is and you can find me. You Google VINCEMAN and I think you're gonna find me even or on the Facebook or Instagram or my website. But if you want to buy, for example, if you want to buy the CD right now, you can buy it direct from either from the shop on the Facebook or the shop on the website.
Perfect. ¿Saben lo que me parece? Perdón, disculpa.
No, que tiene una página de internet, vinceman.francia.fr, donde se puede comprar el disco, y tiene un canal de YouTube, así que él piensa que si pones VINCEMAN en Google, seguramente lo vas a hacer.
Pones VINCEMAN y aparece.
Sí.
Raulo.
No, que me parece que tiene espíritu rockero en serio. Es como que quiero que le vaya bien, porque you have a really rock spirit, man. And we are like watching you, like, man, we really hope that you earn money and your life is good, because you transmit, the rock spirit, but the real no, really we are like, man.
Yeah.
We hope
Thank
that you have a nice experience and a good life, man, with music.
Yo tengo una pregunta con un comentario. Primero, Leo, si le podés decir que es una de las notas donde más aprendimos, que aprendí un montón de la nota con él. Eso.
Well, we want to tell you, Vince, that we learned a lot from this interview, and we want to thank you for that, all right?
Y preguntarle si conoce de Argentina alguna banda, algo que nos pueda decir, si conoce algo de acá.
So as a last question, we want to ask you if you know something from Argentina, music from Argentina, or anything from Argentina that you can share with us.
I'm sorry, I don't. I don't think I know any rock band from Argentina. The traditional stuff. Yeah, we know this kind of stuff in France, but it's like if you told me that accordion from France, but
Okay.
it would be the same kind of stuff. But I don't think that I know, or maybe I know a rock band, but I don't know. I'm not aware that they come from Argentina. But which band are big in Argentina in rock and roll, on the rock
Los
scene?
fabulosos Cadillacs.
Sí.
Soda Stereo, los Cadillac.
Rodrigo,
Decirle que le quiero recomendar una banda.
she wants to recommend one band to you.
Los Natas.
Los Natas.
It's a
Los
good-
Natas.
like,
Okay.
it's stoner band.
I'm gonna write it right now.
Okay, you're going to.
Los Natas.
You're going to like it. It's really good stuff.
It's
Uh-huh.
a
Okay.
super-
Los
Your
Natas.
heavy
It's
band.
written.
Los
Los-
Natas.
Los
Yeah.
Natas. A-T-A-S.
Uh-huh. Bueno,
Okay.
man, really, thank you very much. We really like to talk with you. You have a rock spirit. And,
Thank you for having me.
No, man, the same. Maybe in some future we are going to talk again, man, because we really like to chat with you, and it's a pleasure. And have a good life
Oh, yeah.
with rock music, man. Keep on rocking, really.
Yeah. Thank you.
Keep
Thank
on
you very
rocking.
much. Thank you.
Bye
guys.
bye, Vince. Thank you.
Bye, Vince. Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much.
Thanks.
Gracias.
Dale vos, Raúl, ¿con qué nos vamos?
Con Amazing de Rock Bottom, vamos.
Loud enough, 'cause